Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tips with Tony Topic Tuesdays. Tonight, I'm talking about 7 things you should consider before giving up your commitment to healthier eating. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. For my Instagram people, I'm going to be looking at my Facebook screen, so I do apologize. Hello. This is exciting. Got some people popping on early. Just some updates, some housekeeping. My name is Tony Marinucci. I'm a registered dietitian, and I am a business owner of Diet Tips with Tony Marinucci, MSRD LLC. It is a mouthful. I provide online nutrition counseling for those who kind of already know what to do, but are kind of stuck on how to go about it, and need that accountability factor, need that motivation, and need that individualized meal planning guidelines that I provide through my online counseling services. I'm also a podcaster, so I have my own podcast, the Tips with Tony podcast. You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Libsyn, YouTube, what else? I think that's it, Spotify. So you might want to take a listen to that. I provide quick tips each week to help you apply the proper nutrition guidelines. So I'm a frequent guest or a member now of the GymWits podcast, and those episodes are very lengthy and wonderful, and we go into detail about various nutrition topics, and people ask me questions, and those episodes are about like 45, sometimes even an hour long, those podcast episodes, where the Tips with Tony podcast is usually like 10 minutes or less, just quick application. So you learned what to do on the GymWits podcast. Now, how are you going to apply that in your everyday lifestyle? That's why I go live every Tuesday as well. These videos are to be less than 30 minutes, and they're just to help provide you with some additional guidelines to help you move closer to your goal. We tend to get very overwhelmed or discouraged, frustrated, fed up when we're working towards something and we really want to see results and we're not seeing them. I am going to give you 7 different things to kind of look out for or to pay attention to make sure you're not making these diet mistakes, to find out why it is that you're working so hard yet not seeing results. And by listening to this video, you're going to have the quickest way ever to know that if what you're doing right now is working or if what you're doing right now needs some altercation. But I'm going to challenge you to not give up on healthy eating, because healthy eating will provide results at some point. So it might take you some time to get there, but initially you're going to get there. I mean, initially you might not get there, but eventually you're going to get there. So do not give up to healthier eating. There's a lot of benefits to it. But if you are working harder on trying to be healthy and not seeing that, then I'm going to encourage you to pay attention to these 7 things. Thanks for the hearts and the love. Hi, Sandy. All right, so the number one thing that I think most people struggle with when trying to get healthy or eat healthy and see results is lack of patience. We need patience, okay? I just got off a phone call with one of my clients, and I was explaining to her how, as an RD, I really struggle with, I guess, letting people understand the value in working with an RD over a long period of time because of the fact that we provide that nutrition expertise, the accountability factor, the individualized planning, and all those things. But at the end of the day, our guidelines and our recommendations require you to be patient. We don't have the quick fixes. We don't have the magic pills and potions. You might stay at the same exact weight. If your goal is weight loss, you might stay at the same exact weight for a month or even 2 months, but there's so many other benefits. And with patience, consistency, and effort, you're going to actually see results. So number one thing is it's Transformation Tuesday. So a lot of people have been posting their transformations, and it should be inspiring and it should be motivating you, but maybe in your head, you're just like, I've been working really hard and I am not seeing anything. Well, the question is how long have you been working at it? Have you been at this for a year, 2 years? I mean, I really can't even be the one to determine how long is too long, because really it's your journey and your story. But if you're feeling like a little bit tired, run down, like what you're doing really isn't working, and you've been at it for a long time, that's a different story. But if you just started a new plan, you just started eating healthy, one vegetable does not make you healthy. Just like eating one donut does not make you less healthy. It's what we eat on a consistent and regular basis that makes up our insides or outsides, if we're healthy or not, all that stuff. So it's not going to be one thing that's going to make or break your diet. All right, so patience. So you need to have patience. Number 2, kind of what I was saying before, results come in many different forms. So although if your goal is weight loss, you might not necessarily initially see weight loss, but you might notice that you're sleeping better because you're exercising regularly and you're not over or under eating. Your energy levels are better. Your clothes are fitting better. People are noticing that you're taking care of yourself. You feel better taking care of yourself. Remember that just because you might not be seeing the results, that you're focusing on one specific result, doesn't mean the results aren't happening, and doesn't mean that there aren't other results. We tend to give certain things more weight than others. So certain results are more meaningful than others. But really, if you're focusing on the right thing, then the results are there, and you might just not be paying attention to them. So usually we have to recognize that if you think you're not seeing results, you actually just might not be allowing yourself to see those results. So 2 very different things, right? Are the results not there, or are you so one-track minded on one specific outcome that you're forgetting about the other results that are there for you, okay? All right, now let's get into the nutrition. Calories. Whether your goal is weight loss, whether your goal is muscle gain, whether your goal is weight gain, whatever the goal is, the amount of calories that you're consuming on a daily basis really does make a difference. As much as, on my other videos, you've heard me say quality over quantity, which is true because it'll help you get to your goals faster. The quality of your food, we want whole foods, right? We want to limit the processed stuff. Quality of food is really important, but the quantity of food matters. And this goes in both ways. If you're not eating enough, you could potentially not gain weight, or you could potentially not lose weight. Our metabolism is a tricky thing. It really is not, it's not you eat less and you lose weight. It's not you eat more and you gain weight. It's the quality of the food. It's the pairing of the food, the timing of meals. Did you sleep last night? Did you not sleep last night? I mean, there's so many different things, but at the end of the day, if on a consistent basis, you're not consuming adequate amount of calories to I guess, align with whatever goal that you are going towards, that's going to affect your results. And that's probably why you're not seeing progress. I think a lot of times, and once again, this goes back to the patience. My strategy in helping people is getting them to first, whole foods first. First thing. Start eating healthy first. Worry about calories and portion control later. So first, get that junk out of your system, fuel your body with proper nutrition. So at the end of the day, even if your weight is not where you want it to be, at least you're healthy. So that's goal number 1. So my first strategy is getting people to eat healthy. Now, with that, you need to be patient, because that is a behavior change in itself. That's being able to, instead of going to Starbucks and getting a Frappuccino every day, that's driving past Starbucks, going home and making yourself a nutritious shake. Like, there's definitely a different way to go about that, and that takes time and effort. So it goes back to the patience factor. But then secondly, it's going to go into the calories factor. So healthy food first, let your metabolism kind of realign itself. And then second, now let's talk about, are you eating too much? Are you not eating enough? Are you eating too late at night? Are you eating too early in the morning? I mean, everyone's different, and that's where my answer is going to be different for everyone else, which goes into the fact that you might need a registered dietitian or a nutrition expert to overlook your nutrition. Okay, so patience. If you're not seeing your results and you're thinking about giving up on nutrition, I'm asking you, please be patient. Remind yourself that results come in many different forms, and it's not always just about the scale, or it's not always just about, oh, yay, I like skipped these 2 cookies that I usually have at night. Like, there's a lot more that goes into it. It might be you're not eating enough. It might be you're eating too much. We don't know. One big frustration, like I was saying earlier, is people tend to, even though they're eating really healthy, their portions are too large, and therefore they're not going to see weight loss results. Or, maybe, once again, they're skipping meals. Their metabolism slows down to compensate. So we need to make sure that our calories are in line. So if you need a registered dietitian to look over that, I highly recommend that you either, if you want someone in your area, contact someone in your area. If you're okay with the video chat conferencing, teleconferencing, phone conferencing, that's what I do. You can reach out to me, tipswithtony@gmail.com. But regardless, you might need someone to really look at your nutrition, and also to determine, if you're doing all of these things and still not seeing results, there might be a medical condition involved. And that's where you might want to take, get an appointment with your physician and just get like basic blood work done, just to make sure that, your thyroid's working in order and things are, you're doing okay. All right. So away from the food a little bit, you can do everything right. You can eat right. You can have perfect portion meals. You can exercise regularly. You can do everything right. But if you don't sleep and if you don't manage your stress, you will not see results. I cannot emphasize the fact how important sleep is for your body. It's not just the fact that when you're sleeping, you actually burn calories. It's not that. A lot of it is if when you sleep, and when I say sleep, I mean 7 to 8 hours every single night, then you're less likely to snack throughout the day. You're less likely to have cravings throughout the day, therefore indulge in those cravings and go off track with your goals. Sleep is so important, and then getting proper sleep, you're less likely to get stressed out and react to your stress with food, or to get stressed out and allow that to just fog up your brain and not focus on your goals and kind of let time pass by and not really put all of you into your nutrition plan or your exercise regimen. Okay, so sleep and stress management are so, so important. Couple tips I'm going to give you with sleep. If you are someone who says, I can sleep 4 hours a night and I'm fine, good for you. Congratulations. You're still not working to your potential. So great that you can do a great job and you're hitting your goals and you're hitting your targets and you're feeling great on 4 hours of sleep. But imagine what you could do if you got the 7 to 8 hours optimally every single night. Life-changing. And you're going to feel so much better. And you're going to recover faster. And then your exercise regimen will get better. So if you can sleep a little bit more, and maybe you sleep like 6 hours a night and you're like 7 to 8 hours, that's a lot for me. Go start by setting your, making sure you're in bed maybe like a half hour earlier. Turn the lights down. Make sure that it's an environment where it's time for sleep, not an environment where the TV's on, you're on your phone, you're on your laptop. You have to have, just like I really encourage morning routines, having a nighttime routine is just as important to help with your sleep. And with stress management, exercise is a great outlet, journaling is a great outlet, practicing some sort of meditation. I use the app, it's called, what is it called? Sleep, Breathe. Darn it, I don't know the name of the app, but I use it every morning. And it's great because you could put in your emotions and it then gives you a suggestion of the meditation based off of your emotions. And they're usually not long. You can do longer ones, but I think most of the time the meditations are 5, sometimes 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. The longest I think I've ever done a meditation with the app is 10 minutes. And that just helps you to focus on your breath, calm down, relax a little bit. And that'll help you to then focus more on your goal. And also your body won't be in stress mode. So therefore you're going to be less likely, your metabolism is going to work in your favor. All right. So sorry, I went on a rant there, but sleep is really important. So if you're not seeing results, it's probably because you're not sleeping. Thanks for the likes. Okay. Now, two other things. You could be eating healthy, exercising, sleeping, managing your stress, doing all the right things. But if you only do that Monday through Friday and Friday through Sunday, you slack off, that's not going to help you. Okay? If you do it Monday, Thursday, Friday, and on the other days you're kind of off track, that's not going to help you. The question is, are you consistent? If you are consistent with your goals, then you are likely to see success. I'm going to repeat that. If you are consistent with your goals, you're more than likely, hey Livy, to see success. That looks different for everyone. What I'm going to encourage you not to do is what we call yo-yo dieting, which is you're perfect during the week and on the weekends you go completely off track. It's that yes or no mindset, that black or white mindset. You're better off, believe it or not, having a moderately healthy diet every single day consistently than having a really, really on-point diet during the week and a really, really off diet on the weekends to reach your goal. Consistency is key. Even if you're consistently at one weight for a whole month, at least I have something to work with. At least you have something to work with. But if every single week and every single month you're up here, you're down here, you're eating this, you're not eating this, like there's nothing to track. You need consistency to track and to change. Consistency is really what's going to get you. Thank you. I want to come to California, just saying. Anyways. Consistency. Now, the last thing, the very last sound thing, there's a wind sound on my end. Is it my phone or the connection? You know, I think my laptop's really hot. Thank you for letting me know. You know what? I definitely think it's my laptop. Oh, yay! Oh, I'm so happy. So, okay, so those who are on my Facebook, you can't see, but people on Instagram are saying, yeah, it's definitely so my laptop's making a weird noise, so I apologize for the little fuzziness that you're hearing. But people on Instagram are saying that I motivated them to exercise. They just did 1 hour. Awesome. So the takeaway, if you just missed it, is being consistent with that. So it doesn't have to be, hi, Laura. It doesn't have to be that you do an hour every single day, because the reality of being able to do that every day, initially when you're starting your goal, is not really likely. But if you're someone who exercises all the time and you maybe used to do 45 minutes every day, now you bump it up to an hour, that's a little bit more realistic, okay? So we want consistency over everything when it comes to your nutrition, when it comes to your fitness, when it comes to your sleep, you know, all of that is important, but if you're being consistent, you're going to see results. Yay, good, go enjoy. Okay. All right, last thing. We started this by saying that you are hoping and you're trying really hard and frustrated that you're not seeing results. Why are you not seeing results? I went over 6 things that might be the reason why you're not seeing results. The last thing might hurt. The last thing is I really, really want you to be honest with yourself and ask yourself, am I truly, really, truly doing what I need to be doing to eat healthy? Have I honestly given myself a fair chance? Am I being consistent? Am I putting my best foot forward? Is this something that I really want for myself, or is this something that I'm just trying to find an excuse and a way out of? I need you to be honest with yourself, because the second that you are honest with yourself and you finally decide that this is going to be what I'm doing because I choose to be healthy, I want to live a healthier, happier, fulfilling life, that is where you need to check in with yourself on a regular basis and know that there is no giving up to eating healthier, because the second you give up to eating healthier, you've pretty much given up on yourself. Eating healthy is part of living a healthy and fulfilling life. So I need you to believe in that. I need you to trust in that. So with that being said, I think that's it. I think that's it. So I'm going to definitely post this on my blog. I figured out how to do it. Pretty cool. I'm going to post this on my blog. Don't forget to subscribe to the Tips with Tony podcast and write a review. I think this week is talking about how to incorporate protein at breakfast. Next week, I think it's going to be the healthy snacking episode if you missed that on the live and all that stuff. I probably will not be recording. Probably will not be going live next week. If I do, it's impromptu, but I'll likely be flying in the air, so I can't go live in the air. But if there's a reason why I have to, then I will. Okay, that's about it. Are there any questions? I'm just going to go through some of the comments. Okay, so this person, Christian, okay, so they ate before their big workout. Thank you, Sandy. Thanks for tuning in. I think someone asked to join. I don't think they meant to do that. Oh, yeah, they accidentally requested to join. Okay. Yeah, so try to, if you can, have a snack before you actually, just because someone just commented that they ate a big dinner and then they went to the gym and they did a full hour. You really need to let your body digest that. So I would probably encourage you to snack. And if you're going to work out, within that half hour to an hour, have like a small snack and then have your dinner after your workout. But if you do need to eat dinner and you can wait, give yourself a solid hour and a half to maybe 2 hours before you do your workout, just for future. So, all right. So that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, I will not be on next Tuesday, but I will see you in 2 weeks. If you have any questions or comments, reach out to me, tipswithtony@gmail.com. If you're interested in, I have my online nutrition services. If you're interested in that, just, send me an email, tipswithtony@gmail. I also have an online support group starting this Thursday. So sign up deadline is tomorrow. That is more for if you don't want the individual counseling, but you do just want that group accountability, maybe some nutrition guidelines, maybe some exercise guidelines, and some sort of plan to keep you accountable and on track. That is starting this Thursday. So if you're interested in that, just let me know. You can send me an email, tipswithtony@gmail.com. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Instagram, thanks for being patient with me as I was on my Facebook camera, my live screen, what is it called? My desktop. So thanks for tuning in. Have a great night.